Welcome to the Verdin Sports Show. Got my guy G-Sportz in the cut with me. We got another special guest, G. Our guy Richard Anderson, back-to-back state champ. Big Rich, how you feeling? G, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, after excited win against OC and all that.
Ooh,
Saturday, how not to feel about back to back big champ, like
Right.
crazy.
business as usual, man.
You know it.
Rich, let's get into that, man. Back to back state champions. Your freshman and sophomore year, y'all didn't end the season like y'all wanted to, especially after they had won 4 straight, prior to you get coming to end the call. What was the difference these last 2 years, your junior and senior year, that where y'all was able to get over the hump and win what y'all on 20 when I think y'all won 28 games in a row or something like that? What was the difference these last 2 years in your mind?
Uh, from freshman and sophomore year, I would say like my freshman year, the captains, they had the right mindset and stuff. But I can't really say nothing much about freshman year because I ain't really want to play, so I ain't
Come
really play.
on.
I ain't play a big role freshman year, but
Right.
sophomore year, uh, I felt like that team we were supposed to win it, but we just fell short to Acadiana.
Right.
Like I felt like we wasn't all dialed into it as much as how these last 2 years went. Like Ace from my junior year, Ace, the way that captain line, I was on that captain line. To like the way we approached that season different. Like everybody had that one goal, one mindset, so that really helped. And from what Ace did last year, I tried to bring it over to this season. But it was a little ups and downs. It was a little rocky because we had faced a lot, like really a lot of adversity this year
Right.
in the passing of Corey. So it was just
Yeah.
all hands on deck. Yeah. So I don't think it was the full captain lines. Like it was
Gotcha.
different. These
Gotcha.
two are two.
Could I get you to dive into that, bro? You were talking about you ain't want to play, and then now, fast forward, you're a D1 commit, going to LSU, back-to-back state titles. How did you push through that adversity and get to this point? Because a lot of people don't know how to get from point A to point B. A lot of people are doubting themselves and all this good stuff. You turned it into something. You actually got success. So what was that flip, that switch?
The flip that switch, my freshman year, like I was new to the city, new to everything down here. So it was like, bro, I don't know what I want to do. Once I had moved from BR, it was like I ain't even played football. I tried to play for the Punch Train Patriots, Punch Train Park in New Orleans, but it didn't really work out for me. So it was just basketball. I thought I was gonna be a hooper.
That's the first time I ever saw you hooping.
So yeah, so I thought I really just gonna be a hooper. And like I used to have every excuse when I see every excuse to miss practice freshman year. It was crazy.
No,
Coach
it's good to see you
Norton,
be able to turn that in.
yeah, Coach Norton used to be calling my phone while man. I'm like, man, I'm getting on that bus.
Right. Right. Rich. Um, signing day was chaotic, man. Everybody was wondering what you was gonna do. I know you had took an official visit to Texas. People thought you was leaning toward Texas and you wouldn't go sign with that purple and gold on signing day. Man, how chaotic was it for you on signing day and stressful? Those like that whole week of signing day, bro.
That week it was crazy. Like from social media, I wasn't even on social media. Like from social media
Good.
to Coach Pete and them calling me Colorado, everybody calling me. So it was just crazy. It was stressful. Like I was just like, man, like I don't know. Like I was about to
Right.
explode, and like I still had playoffs coming up. So
Yeah.
Coach Bryce really just told me like just focus on where your feet at right now. Be where your feet at. So that's really what took all the stress off me. And he called me that morning. He like, what you doing? I said, man, I'm gonna sign. I'm gonna sign with LSU. She's like, so that's what you doing? Like, how you want to do it? He was like, I was like, look, I ain't going with no tie, none of that, but
Right.
just announce that I'm signing because it's gonna be a big shock. So he was like, well, you be at the school early. I got to the school early. We talked about it, and he was just telling me like it's time for real. Cause before that, it really started my senior night. Like everything
Uh-huh.
really just hit home my senior night. So ever since senior night, I've been having like a lot of stress on like going to college and
Yeah.
you know going into the atmosphere right now. But I feel like it's getting over. I'm getting over that point ever since we won back to back. But
Yeah.
I still feel it.
But so I want to ask you this because a lot of kids that I talk to and I mentor always asking questions about the recruiting process and how to handle it. If you had to talk to a younger Richard Anderson, that was at Cap 2. uh, back when you was in 8th grade, what advice would you give a younger Richard Anderson on how to go about this process?
uh, how to go about this process? Like from your recruitment, it's gonna be a lot. Like you gonna have a lot of people coming at you. A lot of people tell you this. You have coaches telling you the same thing you don't hear from another school. It gonna get stressful. You gonna have coaches calling you, coaches texting you every day just to ask the same questions. But I would say to a younger person, like, just enjoy that process because everybody don't got that moment. Everybody don't
Yep.
got that. So enjoy that process. Make sure you go on all your official visits, take all your visits, you know. That's really it. And don't go to where like everybody just pushing you to go there. Go where your heart at. Go where you feel like you go play. Go where you feel like you go feel love.
And who would you say helps you out the most through this process, man? Because as a 17, 18-year-old kid, bro, it gotta be stressful to be able to do that by yourself. Who's somebody you look to say, man, I need advice. I need you to give me your honest opinion about what I'm going through.
Uh Coach Bryce, Coach T, Coach Jarrett, Coach Norm, Coach Russell, Coach Pat, all my coaches, the whole coaching staff was there throughout this whole process because they know the feeling like they didn't had big time players come out of the car, so like they didn't been through it. But Coach Bryce, Coach T, them like they really like set me down some days because like they be knowing when I'm down because I'm a
Yeah,
energetic person, so like them days they would just sit me down, just telling me like, look, you gotta be on your feet at all that can wait.
yeah.
That's really what it was.
You
Gotcha.
just named a lot of coaches, right? Just talking about being in your life, impacting you. We talked to Coach Valdez from St. Aug Monday, and he was kind of talking about transforming kids and wanting to be able to help them off the field as well. I feel like that's such a big integral part of building a program. And then you just said, everybody's telling you the same thing, asking you the same questions. How do you filter out the noise and realize, okay, not only does he mean what he says, but he actually cares. This is actually a university that's going to put me into the best spot to succeed, right? How do you decipher that, and how they help you kind of figure that out?
Cause like I said, they they been they been through that. They been through it. Like you had the Gerald Willises, you had Jamie Vance, you had a lot of big time players, G backs. You like they done been through it. Coach Pat Surtain, like they done been through it. So like they see it before it happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Coach Bryce them, they see a lot of things before it happened. Like what he said in the interview after the game, like the way they impact kids like that's not even trying to go to school for just football. Like it's like they done seen it. They done been through the life. They even lived it. So like they really pour into everything they've been through when they see it in others into the kids. That really changed mindsets. Like it changed mine. My coaches really changed my mindset on life and how to move different. So that's why I really thank them too on that.
It's hard to deny the results too, bro. This signing class, y'all signed what, 15 D1 athletes? I mean, special group too. What do you think goes into that from a mindset standpoint? Like, how did y'all all be able to translate that? Because it's one thing to have, a few diamonds in the roughs, but bro, that's a whole entire start lineup. Some universities or schools don't get that in a 4-year span. Y'all got that in one signing day.
Uh, everybody wanted. Everybody wanted. Like it was really the passion of Corey. We all played with his mindset, his mentality. Like Corey was different. Like me, I played on the side him. Like it was different playing with him. Like Corey was always hype. Corey always played down like it was his last. And that's what we brought to the team this year. That's what we banked on. Do everything for Corey. And Coach
C4.
Norm, yeah, C4. And Coach Norm touched bases on that a lot throughout that championship week. So I knew we was gonna win that game before it even started.
Man, when I looked in your eyes after Coach Norm gave the pregame speech in the locker room, it's almost like a switch went off. and I knew you wanted to not only do it for yourself and your teammates, but you wanted to do it for Corey too. Tell me about that feeling. I know you touched on it in the post game, but talk about that feeling being able to hand Corey Adams' mama that trophy.
Um, it felt good, like the do it for Corey, like that really touched bases because when we was in that dome together, who was patting me on my back every time I made a tackle? Corey. Like he was always there with me. So it was just like I gotta do it for him. And the post game was at the school before the stadium, like watch highlights. We watched his highlights. And like I'm like, dang, he was nice. Like I played on side him. So it was like
It was all or nothing.
uh,
Man, Coach Norm, man, he won't run through a wall for him after I heard that speech. God damn.
hey, hey, them Coach Norman, Coach Bryce, Coach Dillon, them boys know how to give speeches.
For
Like
real.
those speeches be having you on 10 before anything.
Yes.
Speeches speeches get you right.
Yeah, real talk. Richard, I want to ask you this, bro. Man, you the number one D lineman in the country. You a 5-star. How have you been able to handle success through all of it, bro? You've been getting a lot of publicity. A lot of people been talking about you. You got 14,000 followers on Instagram. Everywhere you go, you got people with their cameras out shooting at you. Won't talk to you. Everybody want a piece of Richard Anderson. How have you been
Right.
able to stay humble and handle all that success?
Uh the people around me. That's what I would say. The people around me. The people that knew me before this big rich stage. Uh like Coach Bryce said, never forget where you come from. I come from nothing. So it's like I'm like this to people that really know me, I'm just this gentle giant baby, so it's like I don't really feed into all the hype. Like I'm a very humble kid. Like I still think I'm a regular person. That's how
Yeah,
humble I am. I'm I'm one of them. I'm one of
yeah,
one of my teammates. I'm not different from them. I'm equal.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's really what it is.
Gotcha.
Special. I want to ask you about playing with Lamar Brown, conversations y'all might have had, or not gonna say a reunion, but y'all coming together at LSU. Did that play into your decision at all?
Um, through the Saturday situation, even when I decided to hold off on signing, like we all kept in touch.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
Lamar texted me like, "What you doing, man, bro?" Like before he announced his, because I announced mine first. He like, "What you doing? Like, what you got going?" He was like, "We talked about it. Like, me and Lamar always talking. Like, we got this little group chat. We always talking, and what we really trying to go in there and do is like build it up. How we build it up in high school. We trying to, you know, see who got it, see who about it. So that's where how we really going into that. And me and Lamar close. We didn't had played against each other in Little League and Baton Rouge. So it's like we got it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be some special playing on side Lamar.
I'm looking at y'all D line class for this year, bro, and it's sick. It's sick. How special you think y'all could be when y'all get into college and y'all kind of grasp what college is all about and the scheme and everything that college has to offer. How special you think that D line group could be that with all the people y'all got coming in alongside you and Lamar?
Uh, I feel like it's gonna be some great, like, cause all us have different type of things going on with us. Like
All y'all different.
we all been through a different grind, a different stage. So like, how I'm gonna go about it? Like, say for instance, Lamar better at breaking down film. So we gonna go to him. Like, come on, we gotta break down this film. I'm better at getting the plays. I'll probably be better at knowing the plays.
Yeah,
Come to me for that. Go to Deuce. Deuce probably better at, getting his body right, toning. Cause Deuce didn't play like buku different positions. He played
yeah.
running back, stuff like that. So
Right.
like, oh yeah, Deuce, like let's go get a workout. I'm trying to get my body right. So I think that's what it's gonna be like. We just gotta we go get us through this. We gonna get us through this, get us to that level.
Gotcha.
I want to know, talking about getting your body right, it made me think, how do you balance the size, the speed, and getting that perfect mixture? Because I mean, obviously you don't want to be too big, but then you don't want to shred too much. So like, where's that perfect mix at? How do you find that?
Uh, to be honest, I just do everything like it's my last. When we running, I challenge myself to a lot. Like sometimes I be going by the DBs doing some of these drills just for fun.
Right.
John threw me a deep ball before practice every day. I catch it in the end zone. I go
Hold
I
up,
go
hold up.
mess it.
You hard pointing that thing, or you letting it come to you?
Hey, I do it all.
He gonna get
Hey,
it.
Thanksgiving week, Thanksgiving Fridays week, Coach Bryce, we got a Thanksgiving game. And we get to play 7-on-7. I was playing DB. You could ask anybody on the team. I caught it with one hand in a seven, took it all the way back to the other end zone.
Yeah.
Come on, man. How that
Okay.
Real.
back pedal look though? How that back pedal look?
I'm elite with it.
So look, that brings me to my next question. Because the first time I ever seen you was playing basketball, and I'm like, bro, this dude, this big with the sweet feet, super agile. Talk about how basketball helped you a lot when you transitioned to really taking football serious.
Uh, it helped me a lot with how I move on the field, like how I be chasing down runs and stuff. Like it'll build up my stamina. So that's why I really stuck with basketball. Growing up, I was playing football for a long time. I was like, man, Dad, like, tired of playing just football. Woo-doo-woo. And I got into basketball around the neighborhood, got good at it, and both of them just like fell to
Yeah,
part. Like after football season, I would pick up a basketball. I have a basketball in my hand all day. Football season come back, I'm playing football every day. So that's what really like growing up. That's how I got like I feel like I got my feet and stuff right.
yeah. And I tell people that all the time, especially guys in the trenches. Man, basketball can help you so much with your feet and your lateral movement. So I know that played a big part in, and you just touched on it about how you move on the field, how nimble you are, how you could bend. I think basketball played a big part in and how you was able to come to the number one D lineman in the country.
Yeah.
Even in the mental side of it too, bro. It's a bunch of pressure. Like in football, you gonna wait, they gonna snap the ball again. It might not come to your side, bro. In basketball, there's gonna be so many times you gotta shoot, get back in transition, get back on defense. Now you on a fast break. Yeah, it's pressure all around. I want to ask about your reaction to the Lane Kiffin hire. Like, were you excited? Was it unexpected? And then what did that mean
Uh,
for you for coming to LSU?
uh, I was in a loop with all that already. I'm top, like top on the board and stuff. So like they kept me in a loop on all that. Coach Frank kept me in a loop. Shout outs to Coach Frank. Yeah, he kept me in a loop on a lot of the stuff. So um, the Lane situation, I ain't really know Lane like that. When I talked to him at Ole Miss probably like once or twice when I went up there. So I wasn't really familiar with him, but we talked on the phone and stuff. Got to get to know each other. Just trying to see what he about. So I joined the Lane train.
I feel
Man,
you.
what you got? Less than a month till you get ready to go to get to head to Baton Rouge and start classes. Talk about, do you have any anxiety about it? Are you excited? Just talk about your thought process, man. Getting ready to go into college in less than a month.
Um, I was a little nervous because like it's going. I gotta adapt to the tradition for real. It's
Hmm.
gonna be different. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna be by myself. 'Cause I'm gonna have Ian with me, but like I'm
Yeah,
gonna be on my own. I
yeah,
ain't be able to pick up the phone, call my mama.
yeah, yeah,
Be like, Ma, I forgot this at home, or stuff like that. So I'm gonna just have to, pick up. Gotta pick up where I left off.
yeah.
Pick up where I left off.
You,
Do you
I,
know
I'm
your
sure
class
you coming
schedule
back.
yet?
You coming back for prom?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be coming back. I'm coming back for party. We gotta get on that flute again. You already
Yeah,
know that.
yeah. Now I'm
Come back,
talking.
come back for prom. Come back to walk the stage and stuff like that.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Do you know your major?
I want to do real estate.
Okay. All right.
I want to do real estate. Like I really just want to try to like give back to you for real. I want to
Hmm.
start a few things. I also want to start a podcast. I want to write
I
me a
was just
book.
about to say you got the personality for that, Rich.
Yeah, I want to start like podcasts. I want make a movie, start a book, all type of stuff.
The big
You
rich
know what you should
cast.
do? Hey, you know what you should do? You and Lamar should start a podcast in that podcast studio at LSU.
Yeah, I can feel like.
I'm telling you. I'm telling everybody gonna tune in every week.
100%.
I'm gonna talk to him about that. I got
I'm
to.
telling you. You heard it here first, man. That it's gonna pop off. I'm telling you it's gonna pop off. Cause y'all both got that personality for it. And
You're right.
everybody love to hear the D lineman talk.
What's your goals for next season? It could be something as simple as I want to keep my damn dorm room clean. Like, you got any goals that you want to be able to challenge yourself for this summer, this off season, whatever the case?
um, I won't say like I won't say everything be perfect, but I want everything to be like slightly perfect. I want to start off on that path where it's not too bumpy, but it's a little bumpy. Cause everybody got some bumps in the road, so
Hmm.
I just want to stay on the straight path. Go in there, work, try to start as a freshman. Do what I got to do. That's really what I'm digging on. Just doing what I got to do.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Starting off on the right foot, bro. Back-to-back state titles, early enrollee. You can't get better than that.
For
You
sure.
good?
For sure. Man, Rich, appreciate you coming on the podcast, bro. I just want to let you know, man, watching you from your ninth grade year all the way to your senior year and how you have grown, not just as a football player, but as a person, it has been night and day. That's a testament to you, testament to your family, and a testament to them coaches over there in the car, bro. Wishing the best for your dog. Can't wait to see you ball out of LSU.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
That's our boy, Richard Anderson, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Have
Five
a good
star.
one, man.
go Tigers.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
Rich.
All right.
Good interview, man. That's gonna be a unit right there, bro. We had a guy who
Oh,
came in this
yeah.
chat
Oh, yeah.
saying he gonna see him in the NFL draft, getting a number 7 and a 10 in his tenure. Come on, man. Check it out right now, though. Big 7 on the trenches, bro. A single digit on the lineman, bro. It's new. I feel like I'm used to it at this point, though. Mason Smith started it off. I kind of got to break the ice a little bit with there. See it. We got to start off with this, though. We got to transition, G. We got to
Yep.
transition into the news
Yep.
break. Frank Wilson. We talked about this a few times about how if Kevin Smith would come, then yeah, you might have had the Texas job, but Jabbar Jalou gets it, and then now you got the Ole Miss opportunity. So this could be something like Elijah Robinson, where it's expected to hire and then it falls through, yada yada. I don't know. I know that he's still going to coach through the bowl game, and I also know that there are probably going to be some reactions in the transfer portal. Maybe a Harlem Berry, maybe a Caden Durham. We've seen Carius Kern enter the portal as of this morning. What's your reactions to this, and then how do you think the fallout kind of plays afterwards?
I'm really not surprised. This has to mean that Kevin Smith has told Lane Kiffin that he's coming. Um,
Yeah.
Kevin Smith coached, I think a total of 7 years with Lane, going back to when he was at Florida Atlantic. So it's some familiarity there with both of them guys. And Kevin Smith has done a great job with the running backs ever since he's been with Lane Kiffin. And I don't think that's a knock on Frank Wilson. And I think people are looking at this in the wrong lens, right? You're looking at it and saying, what are you thinking about, Lane? How could you get rid of Frank Wilson, who bleeds LSU, who's been there through the tough times, through the good times? I mean, he is LSU, right?
Yep.
Lane's looking at it like, I've been through the fire with this guy, Kevin Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I've had him on my staff for 7+ years. He's produced. His room has produced. This is who I want on my staff, right? And like I said in a previous podcast, bro, egos get involved. Egos get involved. And Lane has a big ego. Frank has a big ego. Lane is looking at this as, look, I want Frank to be a part of this program, but it might not be what you want to do in this program. You might be at the bottom of the totem pole. You might not have a position. You might not be a position coach on my staff, but you might be in personnel, or you might have an off the field role. And I can understand why Frank would feel some type of way about that. I can completely understand. He's got too much skin in the game. He's done too much for that university and that program for him to say, you know what, I'm going to allow you to put me in an off the field role, right?
Right.
I can see how they could have clashed with that. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm thinking it had something. I'm speculating right now, right? This ain't nobody told me, but I'm kind of gathering the information together. Just listening to when you listen to Frank in his press conferences, right? When you talk to different people around the lane right now, and different people that's in the building, it just sounds like Lane wanted Frank a part of the program, but he just didn't want him as one of his position coaches.
Yeah.
Especially if Kevin Smith said he was gonna come along. So, it is what it is. I hate to see Frank go. I don't think Lane Kiffin should receive any kind of flag about this. This is his team. This is his program. He's gonna do it his way, and people gotta respect it.
Yep, and he's an offensive guru, right? This kind of comes with that area. Whenever you have a area of expertise or you're a specialist, you're going to have a process or a group of people that you're going to trust. It is what it is. A lot of I'm not going to say a lot of turnaround is expected, but you got even Cortez Hankton interviewing for other jobs. He was interviewing with the Ohio State Buckeyes. I think Zenitz reported that this morning. Somebody in the chat just dropped it. JTL was asking us about it. But I want to go kind of in a different direction as well. And this might kind of confuse some people, but I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to call it exactly how I see it with this. So Frank Wilson, integral part of LSU recruiting, the pipeline, the godfather of LSU recruiting, whatever you want to say, he's living up to the bill. And I mean, you can talk about this class that he helped prevent people from jumping ship on whenever they had a major fire, and he was able to, kind of simmer the fire down a little bit. It didn't go perfect, but I feel like in the situation he inherited, it went the best it could have gone. Now, LSU's in a little bit of a different spot right now with the collective than they were, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, right? Last year, they put $28 million into the roster, G, and then now you get the Nike NIL collective, the little Blue Ribbon Elite program, whatever the case may be. Lane even said himself in the presser, bro. LSU right now, in terms of their collective, the worth, the money that they've got all together, they're in a different breath. They're in the breath of damn near the top universities. It might not be on the same level as a Texas, but you're in the same situation, G, where you could have a launch pad like a Texas Tech, where you throw a little bit of money at a situation, you're able to get the best players. I guess I say this to say or at least I looked at it through the lens of, man, it's going to be interesting to watch them keep that Louisiana base and hit that pipeline the same, which I guess they can with guys like Blake Baker and Corey Raymond, who are retained. However, we're kind of in a different spot. We're like, okay, the pipeline's in your backyard. Now LSU's entering the conversations of blank checks. I mean, we even joked about it with Coach Valdez, bro. There's so many more zeros and the check box is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm not saying that the loss of Frank Wilson won't be noticed, because it will. I'm just saying that in an era of recruiting where it is not as based on relationships and it is based off of finances, it does make sense that LSU made this decision after the Nike decision and after them getting put into the same breath as, like I said, a Texas A&M, yada, yada, because he came out and blatantly said they were higher in collective than Florida, than Ole Miss. So they're making strides in that area where he confidently feels like, okay, cool, we can regroup this recruiting program, the director, all this stuff. We can change these pieces and not fall back and not have a bad year or an off recruiting class or cycle or whatever the case may be. I mean, look, they got to get Big Rich. They got to get Lamar Brown. They got to get a lot of pieces in this class that I think kind of speak volumes to the direction that LSU recruiting is going in, and it might be less focused on relationships, more focused on paying them money. That's just kind of what it seems like. I mean, I'm not trying to say it's right or wrong, but it just seems like that's kind of the direction that it's going in. What do you think?
I think that Nike giving LSU that deal sums it all up. Right? Nike not gonna do that for anybody, bro.
Right.
They're not. They see the writing on the wall, and it's not just about LSU football. It's about Kim Monken with the women's basketball. It's about Jay Johnson with the baseball. It's about the gymnastics, right? It's about the track and field. Nike is putting LSU's brand up there with the top of the top. And football is on the forefront of it. And it's going to always be on the forefront of it. Mm-hmm. All Lane got to do is keep being the Lane Kiffin that he's been, with his personality, using social media as a tactic to get people to flock toward it, right? Because that's what's been going on. Mm-hmm. If he does that, I think they're going to get the best players in the country year in and year out. I don't think NIL will be an issue going forward. The only way I see this not working out is Lane just shits the bed and he doesn't fit the culture.
Right.
I don't anticipate that happening, but I do feel like Lane is one of those guys that if you give him the best players money could buy, it would be hard for me to see it would be hard for me to see him not winning multiple national championships. It really would. It really would. So that's just my opinion, and I can't wait to see how it's going to all play out.
It leads me to this question too that our guy Hakeem just dropped in the chat. Are the rumors of Harlem Berry hitting the portal true? I'll double this and add a second question to it. If Harlem Berry's entering the portal, I would go out on a limb and say that LSU has a good shot at landing Kawan Lacey. I mean, there's going to be a reason that a departure would happen. So what are your thoughts on those two topics? Harlem potentially leaving now that Frank Wilson has announced his decision, and then Kawan potentially following Lane Kiffin after the playoffs, which are this weekend.
I know Harlem Berry and Frank Wilson is extremely close. I know Harlem's daddy. Him and Frank has a great relationship. The mama. So I would not be surprised if Harlem got in the portal and followed him to Ole Miss. Would not be shocked at all. And I think Lane Kiffin knows that. I think he knows that by not having Frank part of the staff, Caden Durham and Harlem Berry could be ghosts at any given time. LSU fans got to understand something. Lane gonna go get somebody to replace him. Like, that's not gonna be the issue, bro. If LSU fans are worrying about the running back room for next year, that's the least of your worries.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to lose Caden Durham and Harlem Berry? Absolutely not. But should you be in panic mode behind it? I don't think so. As far as Kawan Lacey, if Kevin Smith is coming be a part of LSU staff, I think it's a great chance that Kawan Lacey will follow Kevin Smith to LSU.
And Kawan still has 2 more years, correct?
He was a sophomore this year. No, so you got 1 more year. Well, draft eligible.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got 2 more.
And to answer your question about Kevin Smith and his time with Lane, so at FAU, he was there 2017, 2018, 2019, and then he did 2020 and 2021 with Ole Miss. He went to Miami real quick, 1 season, and then he came back. So, I mean, since 2017, he spent every year but 1 with Lane Kiffin.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like
That's
8
what I'm
to 9
saying.
years.
And people in their feelings behind Lane wanting to keep his guy over Frank.
Right.
I don't understand how people will feel some type of way about that.
Mm-hmm.
That I relate this back to starting a business. If I've been in business with my guy for 8 years, 7 years, and I'm going to take over a new business and I'm about to try to revamp this thing, I'm going to bring my guy that I didn't went to war with.
Exactly.
Regardless if the guy y'all got in place is good at what he does, I'm going to war with somebody I've been in business with, that I went through the punches with, somebody that I know that's produced for me. That's what I'm going to do. So I just don't see why people giving Lane Kiffin so much flack behind this.
Because in that situation, it would be like, all right, cool, I respect your staff. I respect what y'all have done. However, you did get that business to put your process in it. You do want to change it. You don't want to have the same business. So that has to have a little bit of a shuffle.
And for people that's not familiar with Kevin Smith, right? He went to Central Florida. I want to say he was a 2,000-yard rusher when he was in college. He got drafted by the Lions in like the 3rd or the 4th round.
3rd round.
He had a solid NFL career, nothing crazy, but had a solid NFL career. But everywhere he's been, his running backs produce. Mm-hmm. Everywhere he's been. So it's not like Lane Kiffin is getting him to follow him to LSU and he hasn't produced and his room hasn't produced. His room has produced everywhere he's been. Yep. So I understand why Lane would want Kevin Smith to be a part of his staff at LSU.
And I'm going to use what Richard Anderson said in terms of him getting advice from Edna Carr's coaching staff. Gee, what did he say? They've been through it before. They've been through this process. They've done this. They've dealt with it. That gives comfort. And
think about this too. You got to give Lane some credit on this. On the defensive side, what did he do? Man, I got to make sure I keep Blake Baker, right? What Blake said, man, you got to let me keep 3 of my assistants, Cole Raymond, Greg Olsen, and Peoples.
Yep.
So Lane, like, look, my forte is offense. I know what I'm doing on this side. All right, I'm gonna let y'all handle it on the defensive side of the ball. So you got to give him some credit on it. Yep. If he stripped Blake Baker and stripped everybody on the defensive side of the ball at LSU, then I can see people feeling some type of weight. I can see people giving him a lot of flack behind it. When we talk about the offensive side of the ball, where he has produced some of the top offenses in the country year in and year out,
Yep.
Why would you question it?
Yep. And I just think the most interesting part of it all is he's produced top offenses, G, but I mean, we are watching LSU throw together a top 25 offense, not this year, but a top 25 offense almost every single year with the roster that you have. You don't have to have a guru, an expert, or this or that. I mean, now if you add this to the mix, it seems like the sky's the limit. That's what it seems like from the outside. I guess we'll have to see them. We'll see. Got a lot of interesting comments in here. We'll get to that in a second. I want to ask you about this. Our resident Michigan fan, there's been some rumors, right, about who y'all are going to use or replace, rather, not use. Who are you going to put in that head coaching spot? This name has floated around for a while. Apparently, he's expressing his, I guess, disinterest. I don't know. He's saying he's happy. He hasn't spoken with anybody else. He's fully committed to the program. Yada, yada, yada. Coach speak, coach speak, coach speak. Here's two things, G. One, they made this graphic in Canva. I find it interesting. University of Alabama, if you want me to make some graphics for y'all, hit me up. I use Canva all the time. I made this graphic in Canva. I just wanted to put that out there. That's my advertisement for this. Second, G, Bryce Underwood told that same school the same thing until they heard this. Beep, beep, beep. That's my impression of a Brinks truck. Backing up. Larry Ellison coming in with buku money, right? I guess my take here is that, sure, he's not interested. He does have a game against Oklahoma that he could lose. Is Oklahoma that they're playing? I think so.
Yeah.
He could lose that game damn near Saturday. A lot of people are at 50-50 split. Let's say he loses, G. Let's say the offseason's here. It didn't work out this year at Alabama. And they come to his door with a hell of a lot of money. Would you like this hire? And do you see this being a possibility? Or is he being honest?
I think he's being honest, and I don't think Michigan should be going after killing the boy.
Okay.
Like I just don't see why is he the guy that's being brought up? There's so many other coaches. When we talking about guys with jobs, right? That's what he's talking about. Guys with jobs. If you go after somebody with a job already, why not go after Marcus Freeman?
That's a good name.
And I know his name came up a couple times here and there, but it looked like killing the board name is at the top of the list. If I'm gonna go after somebody, I'm gonna go after Marcus Freeman, who is in the Midwest, close to Michigan, that's gonna have ties to their recruiting area. Why would we be going after killing the board? I don't see it. I don't see why he's the number one topic they're talking about. Marcus Freeman is somebody that I think is a really good recruiter, a hell of a coach. And if he went to a school like Michigan, where he doesn't have to deal with all those academic requirements like at Notre Dame, who knows what type of players he'll get at Michigan. So that's who I would be going after as my number one candidate, Marcus Freeman. It wouldn't be killing the board.
If you can't get Marcus, and then if Kalen says no, who's next up for you? Because I feel like this is a random coaching search that I can't even tell you I have a confident feeling like, oh, this guy.
Bro, it's really not a lot of coaches out there that I consider deserving of the Michigan job. And I said this when we were talking about the LSU job. You know, after Lane Kiffin, I thought it was like, you know, you could have talked about Drink was at Missouri, right? Which I thought him and, regardless of what people want to say, I thought him and Lane was in the same stratosphere. That's just my opinion. Whatever. But that's another topic for another day, right? Who else was a candidate? Summerall.
Dillingham, yeah.
Dillingham, Summerall. Like, none of these guys, in my opinion, were going to be just a home run hire in my mind. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I really don't. I mean, what you want to go after Lincoln Riley? I don't know. I don't know who Michigan should go after. I really don't. Like, go get you somebody from the NFL. I don't know. There's nobody out there that I'm just. Marcus Freeman will be the only one that I'm just like, hey, well, if we can get him, it's on and popping. That's the only one I'm looking at right now that has a job that I would really be throwing the kitchen sink at.
Go get Jim Harbaugh back from LA, bro.
Nah, he doing good with the Chargers, bro.
He is. That's rough, man. I guess we're about to hack out of here. Do you want to say the basketball update for Friday? We're sitting at 1:44 right here.
1:44
p.m. I didn't know how long you got. I didn't want to keep
Yeah,
you.
yeah. We do that Friday.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody's time. Big Rich in the cut, man. Got to learn a lot from him. Oh, somebody commented Kenny from Arizona State. LOL. Our guy JTL. Come on, man. That's gonna be our new coach, Kenny Dillingham. Hey,
Kenny Dillingham came out in the press conference and was adamant about he not going nowhere.
Yeah, this is funny. Damon bringing it up. I thought about this. Freeman played at Ohio State. That would be ironic as hell. This guy talking about BK would be a good option. There you go, G. You get Brian Kelly.
And for that, I'm out of here. I'm gonna see y'all. I'll see y'all on Friday.
Yeah, that's it. Y'all done ruined it for G, man. Appreciate y'all time. You hit that thumbs up. I'm done. Later.